I did not mean to mute and deafen, but that's how it happened. So that's yeah. Alrighty, we've got some background music going on. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of work in the wiki, which isn't a lot, but yeah. I also
Still
detailed
cool.
how the war went. If you wanted to check that out. I would only recommend reading that if your character would know anything about the war. If your character is blissfully unaware or too young to know, you don't have to read it. But if your character has any knowledge of the war, I'd recommend reading it because it gives you the state of all the other countries and how long the war took and everything like that. The exact events of the war, like major battles, have not been detailed as of yet, but they are soon to come. They will be on a different page titled in the category of war events and also under events.
I tried looking at the wiki and it said nothing was in there for me, so I don't know what I did wrong.
Oh, that's because you checked it when I first put it up.
I checked it a few minutes ago.
Oh, did you click on that page, Long Ways Fandom?
Yeah. I don't know what I did
wrong. If you hover over wiki content, does it drop down a bunch of categories?
Let me see. It could also be that I looked on it at mobile.
If you're on mobile, the categories will be on the right-hand side, on this little, 3-line.
I like how only Dabdak and Thatcher have pages.
Listen, I'm working on it.
The most important characters.
It's fine. Nobody needs to know anything about all the rest of the characters.
Yeah, I straight up don't see anything.
Have you tried from...
Because it says there's 15 pages. It just won't let me see what those 15 pages are. I'm looking at categories, and it, isn't showing me anything. It just says Long Ways Wiki is there.
Oh, I see. You clicked on the Long Ways Wiki page. Right beneath it, it should say Wiki Content. Hover.
Oh, hey, look at that.
It's all the things.
Look at that. Thank you. I just couldn't find anything, and I was like, I should probably ask. Thank you.
I don't think my character knows anything, so I probably shouldn't even look at it.
Yeah, you just don't click on the events, that's all.
I think my character would know some things.
It's not any knowledge that's gonna, absolutely change anything, it's just which countries were involved and, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like stuff that would be considered general knowledge that you may or may not know.
I feel like my character would know some things.
Oh, Mom, are you happy? I used that big word.
Koalas?
No,
Colloquism?
colloquisms. Yeah.
Oh god, you said it too many times. It fucked me up too.
Colloquialisms?
Yeah. That will also be updated as you guys like hear other words and just like words that you guys would understand. Like I said, I started working on this and I got a little burnt out, and I'm gonna be back on it soon. And also, you guys are more than welcome to update things on here too. Create new pages. There's a whole bunch of pages of things that are like unfinished. Yeah. You could update things about your character that everyone would know. That's a really easy one. I don't think I put any like admin access only on these, so. Oh, welcome
Yo.
back, Devin.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was just talking about the wiki, which is still unfinished, but it's just general knowledge that you guys would have, so I was saying if you guys wanted to update anything, you're more than welcome to. I didn't know if you heard that part.
Yeah, I did. No worries.
And if anyone needs help working on wikis, I unfortunately had to learn a lot on my own, so yeah.
Great.
Yeah?
I have a headache. Can you punch me?
No. Your
But
dad
two
is...
pains cancel out.
No. Your dad
don't-
is still awake. Is there coffee? Coffee usually helps with headaches.
No. Well, I mean, there is, but I don't think we have creamer.
Honestly, milk and sugar helps. It's not the best, but it helps. Just use plenty of sugar.
Maybe.
And other than that, just make sure you hydrate and eat something before we start the game. That's something that I recommend to everyone. Go ahead, grab some snacks, grab whatever you need, and well, we can get started soon.
Don't tell me what to do.
Listen,
I'm gonna go
I'm your
grab a
DM.
god dang yogurt.
Yogurt.
Also, I got some toys for my roommate's cat today, and she went bananas over them.
Bananas.
Yeah. I got her like little mice that are like filled with catnip and like a long dangly toy, and she went insane.
I love that for her, and I love that for you.
It was so cute. Like, she was going crazy. She like ran into a wall once, and yeah.
Oh, and for those of you that are in Chosen, yes, Chosen on Wednesday will either be delayed or not be happening because I do have an interview that day. Which means, by the way, if I do get this job, we might have to change some of the times that we do this game specifically, and we might have to switch to a every other week schedule, just depending on how understanding my maybe boss is. So it's another
What
escape room
would-
gig.
Oh. And what
Which-
would the potential times we move to?
It would be the same times. I would just ask my boss once a week for the morning shift. And then the morning shift usually in escape rooms is like opening to like 4 p.m., which gives me plenty of time to prepare for the game. And all that. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to ask for. That's what I'm going to try to get. But I do have another engagement every other week that happens in the mornings on Saturday. So my thing is that if I have that other thing, which is all the way in Riverside, which is like 30-40 minutes away from here, in the morning, and my boss doesn't let me have the entire day off on that Saturday, I'm gonna have to get the night shift for that because I can't give that up either. So, if that's the case, like I said, this is just what ifs. So if I can't get every other Saturday off, I will just have to, you know, switch around to the night shift on those days. So we'll see. I don't know how busy this escape room is. I've never done their rooms, and they're all the way in San Bernardino, which is kind of far for me. But not me doxing myself online, but whatever. It's kind of far for me, but you know, we'll see.
Okay. Good to know.
And that's, like I said, even if I get this job, which I don't see why I wouldn't. But good news, I'll be paid hourly instead of salary.
Yo.
Let's go.
And I found out that I don't need to worry about losing my health insurance because I can make a lot more money than I previously thought. So,
That's good.
yeah.
That's
Let's
always
go.
good to hear.
And I'm applying for big boy jobs in the meantime, so hopefully I can get a Monday to Friday job, push back the time for Chosen a little bit, and have the weekends totally free. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get a job as like a medical secretary or medical customer service for an insurance agency. Because I'm like, hey, I know a lot about medical shit. I've been through it for the last 10 years, if not longer. So I'm kind of used to the jargon, what the process is like, and everything like that. That's kind of my selling point. I doubt they'll give me a chance, but you know, it's worth a shot. There's no pain in trying.
Exactly. The worst that could happen is that they say no.
Exactly. So, the only problem is I applied for somewhere that is super duper duper far away, and so if I get it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to trade in my car or get something that can go a farther distance. And then make that long ass commute so I can wait until I transfer. Cry.
This is why we need trains.
Well, actually, it's not too far from LA, so there probably is a public transport system, but it'll take a really long time. So driving would still be better.
There.
You're closer to me than I thought you were. Damn.
Yahoo!
I thought you were in Canada for some reason.
What?
In Canada?
Oh, it's because... Yeah. I know why. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, no, I don't feel as dumb, but I thought you were in Canada this whole time.
We wish we were in Canada.
Free
That'd be
healthcare.
cool if
Better,
Cool to be in
better
Canada.
America.
Okay, so I'm not completely blindsided to think that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
I'm
love
pretty
this
much-
little, like... Yeah?
You go ahead.
Oh,
You
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, I love this little tune in the background of my stream.
Yeah. I was
What
just
you were
gonna say
gonna
I'm
say?
almost in Canada. I have a lake. I have one lake between me and Canada. It just
I was
happens to
gonna
be a very
say-
large lake.
I was gonna say yeehaw, but that is the opposite of yeehaw. That's
yeah.
like... That's
That's
like...
hey there.
Yeah, hey there. You wanna go
Hey
in the
there.
car? Car.
Car.
Oh, let's go in the car. Care. I make fun of
I
my
could-
friend who's from Canada. He'll say something about his car, and I'll be like, care.
Care. I could get in a boat and just sail to Canada.
And then be stopped by border control.
Nah. I'll just
Nah,
make it
it'll
fast.
work.
They won't see me. There's not any
I,
border patrol on the southern, like, what's the word?
Southern side.
Yeah, the southern, like, shore of Lake Superior, as far as I'm aware.
What do they call those? They're from Canada.
The
They ride them.
Mounties.
There we go.
Yeah,
They're-
Mounties.
They ride the
Yeah,
moose.
Yeah, but they're gonna be on water. Like the moose is gonna be waterborne. They're gonna come
It's-
get
it's
you
like
on your
that-
boat.
It's like
Moose
that
already
one video with
concerned.
Yeah,
but like there's that video of the moose running on what looks like the top of the water.
I've seen
That-
videos of like moose diving for stuff, and it's scary.
Yeah. Niece.
Imagine just being a scuba diver and like just seeing a moose
I
like
would
And
cry.
then it gets eaten by a fucking killer whale.
by an orca.
I would
yeah.
cry. I would cry.
And then you're like, oh shit, there's an orca. At least he got a different snack. And then you cry and go home and go, you'll never guess what I saw.
Moose are terrifying, man. They're the only remaining megafauna.
I have never seen one IRL before, and
Neither
I feel
have
like
I.
the moment I see one, I'll just lose my
I don't
mind.
think I've ever seen one.
They're apparently super fucking tall.
Yeah,
I
they're big enough that if a semi hits them on the road, the semi will probably get like tipped over. Like
wait, I didn't think they were that big. Oh no.
they're gigantic.
Oh no.
Meese.
Mooses.
Maybe that's who they were talking about in the Bible.
Oh my god. I took so long to open up Quest Portal because I was like, wait. What's it called? That entire time. Ooh, you guys were talking about moose. I was just sitting here staring at a blank tab.
Oh, all my tabs got closed. That's what-oh.
Haha, you've been visited by the tab goblin. Shows
It's
up and
okay.
gobbles up all of your tabs.
It's okay. I was able to look at history and open it up.
Tab goblin is thwarted again.
That's right.
All right. Well, are we all ready to begin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vale?
Nope.
Devin?
Yep.
I suppose.
And Hazel, are you back yet? Blake? Blake doesn't get the session bronze. But, speaking of, who would like to recap last session?
Just real quick before that, do we know if Chris is going to show up? Or
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, anyone like to recap? Shall I call on someone?
I
Go for
don't
it, but
remember anything. Not me.
I did it last time. I would go for it, but I already did it.
Hmm. We can have. We'll have either Thatcher or Dabdak do it this. Yep. My brain.
Patch stack.
Thatch stack.
I should probably open my documents, huh?
Probably.
You know, I don't think of these things.
Devin, would you like to do it?
Oh, yeah. I suppose I could do that.
Awesome. For the session bronze, and anyone feel free to fill in any gaps. In case. Oh, I already have given you the session bronze.
Oops.
Then he doesn't have to do it. Ha 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 ha.
Well, then you got a thatch attack.
Oh no. I have to do all the work with none of the reward.
Okay, I have a new session bronze ready. Yeah. I don't think you've ever done the recap, so yeah, you go.
I'm the only one that hasn't?
I think you, Grack, and Blake haven't done it, so next week I'll call on one of those two.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, well then pay attention.
I do, but I have shit memory. Please
It's
don't.
okay, just take notes. I
I
can help you
do.
along.
I do take notes.
Well, go ahead.
The last time we played, I believe we started with um the I'm trying to remember the name of the press. There we go. I was like, it's something press in it, and yeah, hospitable press, and we gathered a bunch of information. Well, Mal gathered a bunch of information from right there. We played off that we were going back to the house to investigate. I forget what Thatcher was doing. Anyways, Mal and Thatcher reconvened back at the house, and Mal had the idea of stealing the mirror that revealed the dead baby curse. Um, we snuck the mirror back to camp, and that's where I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on everybody's name right now. Was it Desdemona? That
Desdemona is a name.
is that the person who put the symbols on the new mirror, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
me.
Yeah.
I did that.
Okay, awesome. And then we all kind of just gathered around the campfire and we were talking. I don't remember too much. I didn't take notes last session.
I think we talked a little bit about what our plans were and what we were going to do moving forward. And
Oh, that's right. Then we had the map, and the map was like, Thatcher came up with the idea that like where the witch or quote unquote witch was heading, like where she teleported, and we kind of got like a general idea of how close she could possibly have been. Like, I think it was like 4 surrounding towns, right, within that uh, radius that we thought she could travel to.
Correct.
And I think that's
I
about it, right? Am I missing anything too important?
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
oh, you go ahead.
You can go.
Ah, I think the eventual decision was that we were going to head towards Fairmouth, uh, which is a town to the north. That's a trade hub. And then we're gonna try and grab a ride on the train heading in that direction when it comes through the next day. And then I think I can't remember if it was after or before we did assemble um the looking glass of witch's sight, our funky little magic item that we got together to put together. And
Yeah.
so I believe we ended off with it being our plan to head in the direction of Fairmouth within the next day or so.
Oh yeah. Also, we were kind of discussing about like we were at Cross because the way the railroad cuts through, we would be going in the opposite direction of like towns, right? So we were having a big discussion about that, and then at some point Thatcher touched the mirror and was able to channel his bloodline through that, and it made it work. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. My memory's all joggled now.
I don't know how important this actually is, but Desdemona noticed that there's something hanging around Hazel.
This is true.
Thatcher saw it too, but for a brief moment.
And Desdemona has not brought it up yet because of reasons.
And you can't forget about Philip.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I sure won't.
That is your weight to bear.
Yeah, you know.
Alrighty, we are ready to start the session. Alright, my friends. So, it has come time for evening once again. I believe you guys are having rabbit for dinner, as Desdemona has so not gratefully, graciously, thank you, I can't remember my frickin' words, has so graciously caught and prepared rabbit for you guys. This was enough to feed you for lunch, and I'm assuming it will also feed you for dinner as well. Desdemona, how do you prepare this rabbit for dinner?
I'm sorry. Do you actually think that a singular rabbit feeds this many people twice?
Oh no,
I
she
got
got 3.
2 rabbits.
Oh, I
three
thought-
rabbits?
Yeah, I thought it was 3.
I know I got more than one.
It's fine.
Let's
We
go
just
with
make
3.
a really good rabbit stew or something.
That
got this.
was actually my plan. I
Let's
do
see.
have some cookware. What were we gonna say, Thatcher?
I said the soup.
The soup. But yeah, Desdemona has some like cooking pots that are bangling around in her backpack, and she takes out the largest of them and cuts the rabbit up into small enough pieces that they can be like kind of bite-sized, and will find some water to use and spice it up. Maybe try and find some like wild onion to throw in there as well if it's around. Just real simple but tasty and filling.
Awesome. So, you guys enjoy some lovely stew for dinner. As always, Grack and the man without a name sit towards the edge, just kind of a little bit away from everyone. There are no words shared, just staring and the offensive body language coming from the man with no name, as always.
Desdemona is going to come up and take a seat next to Hazel and offer a cup of stew and then kind of nudge them just to, and kind of give them a look like, are you good to talk?
Hazel just nods.
How are you feeling about all this? I know there's a lot of change for you very quickly. Doing all right?
Yeah. It is a little weird, but can't say it's much worse than my previous situation. So far, at least.
Indeed. At the very least, you're able to move around and stretch your legs a bit easier. The current plan is to stick around with this bunch and head north, see if we can get this whole thing with this which figured out. Past that, I don't really know, but I also I don't want to pry, but got a bit of a look at something that seems to be hanging around you. Through the looking glass we put together in the mirror.
Before you guys continue, would it be okay if like Thatcher's kind of like prying a little bit because he was also very curious and he was also gonna ask.
I definitely imagined they were like a little bit off to the side and speaking quietly, but like not super private.
Can I roll for it? Is that cool?
See what Thatcher's luck is if he takes a seat close enough to be in earshot and then kind of scoots closer like a little nosy. Minding my own business, of course, but what's this? So go ahead and...
Pass me the dice roller.
Oh yeah, you need the dice roller.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just butt in, but I know
No,
that
it's all
Thatcher would
good.
be
It's
like
all good.
super curious.
I say D20 15 and above.
He got a 3.
Yeah, no. Thatcher goes,
You hear
sits in the corner,
nothing.
not knowing anything that's going on.
He might work up the courage to ask later.
So go right ahead.
You ask, or you're just saying that you noticed something?
Yeah. Had mentioned seeing something hanging around you through the looking glass as well as in the mirror.
Hazel just takes in a deep breath and was like, wasn't expecting that to get out.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, I don't think everybody saw. And
Yeah.
currently, I'm the one who's carrying around the little looking glass we made. I think if you'd rather keep it private, you can keep it private. I'm not gonna force anything on you, but just if it's something I should be concerned about, I would like to know, but that is up
It's
to you.
something I would prefer not to go into detail about right now, but I can assure you that he's harmless.
All right. All right. Good to know. I trust your words. I trust if you say it's nothing to worry about, it's nothing to worry about. And Desdemona just kind of gives like a shoulder nudge and like a smile and a nod.
Hazel quickly says, sorry, I can't go into detail about it yet, but
Oh, it's all right. Everybody's got something. Your something just seems a little mystical. That's all right.
maybe one day, since you have the looking glass, I can introduce you.
I think that'd be nice. Well, make sure you eat up the The stew should... It's gonna get cold if you don't. Chow down soon, so... And Desdemona, like, drinks back a huge amount of the broth in one big swig.
Hazel did take like a bite before this conversation started, and as you say, you should eat it up. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's really good."
Oh, thank you.
Not a lie when I say it's the best thing I've ever had.
Oh. Desdemona kind of like gives like a kind of dismissive eye roll, and there's a little bit of blush to the cheeks, but thank you. That means a lot.
I
All right.
also appreciate you not prying too much.
Of course. Like I said, everybody's got something, and you're entitled to keeping that something to yourself. I've got stuff that that I haven't told anybody either, so I'm not gonna force you into saying anything you don't want to say.
Hazel gives like a big smile, then takes another bite.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Anytime they were in their private conversation said that like nobody noticed, or it's your secret to keep, or that you don't like prying, Thatcher sneezed.
Grak is just going to continue sitting in silence.
Devdak has probably finished his portion and began smoking his pipe.
I'm guessing Mal is king of the bell again.
Yep. Laid across at this time once done eating. Looking up towards the ceiling, seemingly in thought.
Through the ceiling, you can see the evening sky. It is those few moments before dusk falls. As the sky turns from this, you can almost see the color of red fade across the sky as it turns to a dark bluish black. After this dinner, I presume, the dishes are rinsed off and put away.
Washed
Everyone?
to the best of the ability of somebody who doesn't have an actual sink to clean things in.
Yeah.
Is
Or
there a
magic
called-
to use to
for it?
clean it.
Huh?
Is there a possible river nearby for it?
Well, this is called Pure Creek for a reason.
Fair.
There is a not sizable river. It's between a river and a what's the step above a creek? Is that river? I don't know. Anyways, it's smaller than what you would consider a river, but the water runs clear. And yes, it is close-ish to the church. A small walk away, but still enough to handle any duties that are necessary at a church.
Then I would presume that's probably where we got the water in the first place, and then Desdemona will just take the little hike back to wash things off. But that's of little consequence unless she gets murdered in the woods.
I don't know, let's roll for it.
Oh god.
Well,
Unfortunately, no murdering tonight.
Alright, that's alright.
rats.
Although these dice very consistently like the number 17.
Is 17 the murder number?
No, a 19 or 20 is.
Oh, okay.
So, no death for you today.
That's
So,
good.
afterwards, you are all welcome to either have a conversation or quietly settle down for the night. So unless there anything that you guys would like to sneak off and talk about, I assume you all are going to just have your little rest before taking off tomorrow.
Desdemona will just do some idle wood carving before going to bed.
Alrighty. So, yes, Greg?
Okay, my mic didn't pick up me talking for a second, so I didn't want to interrupt you. Grack and the man with no name will probably just go back to the spot where they've been sleeping.
Makes sense. Alright, and everyone, I assume, goes to sleep. What are your guys' perceptions?
Boy.
While under sleep or standard?
While under sleep. I don't know what the number difference is.
Yeah, how do you...
It's pretty severe. I think it's like a -4.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know how to figure that out.
What is it normally?
You should have a number on your character sheet.
Oh, it's just the plus number. There's no like passive.
What's the number you
Yeah.
have?
You take your perception and add 10.
Yeah.
And then subtract 4 for sleeping.
Yep.
Then 14.
Double checking real quick. No worries.
I think
I'm-
mine is 11.
I am also at a smooth 11.
Yep, -4 status penalty to perception and to AC perception and reflex saves.
Okay. Because yeah, I have a +5 perception, so it would be 11. Correct?
Yep.
Cool.
You're also considered blinded and flat-footed, so if anything attacks you, your AC is -6. So that's fun.
Does
Alright.
my low light vision do anything? Or
Well, it's because your
Um,
eyes are closed.
okay. Oh yeah. Hey. That's
Because you're
fine.
sleeping.
Hey. You don't know. Grack could sleep with his eyes open. You don't know.
Sleep with
You
one eye
certainly
open.
Davdak, what's your perception? Or a sleep perception?
Well, sleep, that's going to be a 14. 18 naturally.
Alright, Desdemona.
11 total, unless we're adding anything.
Hazel.
14.
Mal? Mal, what do you know what your sleeping perception is?
Where is it on here?
It's your perception, which is not in the line of skills. It's like up, I think up to the left, if I remember right. It's either up to the left or up to the right. But your perception add 6 for your sleeping, or add 10 for your awake.
Okay, so just add, what was it, a flat 6?
Yeah.
So instead of, alright, make sure I'm understanding this right, Pathfinder's weird. Am I just adding a flat 6 to my regular perception bonus
Yeah.
rather than rolling? Okay.
Yeah.
11.
And Thatcher.
I have 12. How do
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
have your perception so high?
Investigators start with an expert in perception.
Rogue.
I thought I have an E next to my perception, but it's just a +6.
What's your wisdom?
Oh, that's probably what it is. +1.
There you go.
I forgot. I got the charisma.
Ugh. All right. So, Davdak and Hazel, you both notice in the night you hear a small bump in the night. This might wake you up, but what you see is the man with no name just hop out one of the windows, and his quick footsteps retreating.
Whose quick footsteps retreating? Sorry.
The man with no name. The one who traveled with Grek.
Kind of blinks and watches them go. Are they moving like rapidly, or is it like a steady movement?
Steady. It's just quick footsteps. Not
Okay.
running, but it's just quietly, like, kind of sneaking off.
He kind of chalks this up to taking an evening leak and kind of like rolls over.
With my dark vision, can I see any of his belongings where he was sleeping?
No.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hazel's just gonna go back to sleep, yeah.
Yeah. So, come morning, everyone awakens, and Grak, you are probably the first to notice that your friend is not there.
I assume Grak is gonna look and just immediately like bolt outside to look around.
There is no sign.
He'll probably be gone for like 5-ish minutes, just like making sure to like leave no stone unturned.
Again, you find nothing.
Yeah. He's probably gonna walk back inside. And is everyone awake right now? Correct? Is that what you just said?
I believe so. Like I said, you're the first to notice, but everyone wakes up around the same time unless someone specifically wakes up earlier.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna like gesture to the whole room, be like, hey, do y'all know where he went?
Oh, I did see him go use the restroom, I think, but that was like a few hours ago.
Few hours ago?
I saw him leave and take all of his belongings with him.
Grak is probably gonna like take a step back and like be like shocked a bit and just like kind of nod and then just like go over to a corner and like sit down, like facing the corner.
Like he fallen left?
What?
Oh, that was more
Oh.
directed at Hazel. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Despite literally sleeping curled up in the bell with all of their shit at the far end of it, Mouse will just check all of their inventory.
You find everything still there.
Thatcher's gonna like start heading towards Grack, but then like remember that they kind of are indifferent towards him, and so he's gonna hesitate to go over. But I don't know if anybody was looking at Thatcher, but yeah, he started to make his way over there and kind of just like stopped and like fiddled with his hands a little bit, and then kind of just like walked away.
Hazel's gonna say, I assume he fell on left. He took everything he owned with him.
Grack is just gonna still be sitting in the corner and like slowly nodding his head but not saying anything to any of you. He's just not gonna face towards you.
Well, that was kind of abrupt, ain't it?
Indeed.
It's not like we can force anyone to stick around.
Suppose not.
And then Hazel's gonna go towards Greg and sit down, kind of facing away from them at a like a respectable distance, and just gonna ask, you gonna be okay?
Grack doesn't respond to you. He like knows you're there, but he's just not gonna give an answer.
While anyone is particularly looking, Dav, Dak, and Hazel, since you have the highest perception, you do see where he had left. There's a through the window. There is a small note left.
Oh, he'll like wander over, grab the note, see who it's addressed to.
Grack.
Oh, you'll wander over. I believe this is for if you want it.
Grack is gonna like slightly turn and see that you're holding a piece of paper and like take it very quickly.
Mine.
Yeah, essentially he's gonna be like, that's mine.
He nods and leaves you to it.
Reading the note, you notice that it says something along the lines of, Dear Grack, I know we have traveled together for a long time, and I promise to take care of you, but I think it's finally come the time that you can take care of yourself. You're growing in ways that I didn't think possible. These humans I can never forgive. Whether or not they've done anything, I still have no trust for them, and I may be holding you back. So, if you want to travel with these humans, please, go ahead. But I cannot.
Grack is just gonna sit and stare at the note, like after he's done reading, and just stare at it. And after he's done staring at it for a few moments, he's gonna fold it like nicely and just continue in his position where he was just sitting and staring at the wall. And he's gonna have a singular tear roll down his eye.
Well,
I don't mean to be to make the mood feel hasty, but the train's coming soon.
that was what I was thinking as well.
So refresh me. How were you guys planning on getting on the train? Were you going to try once again to jump on top, or were you going to take the passenger train?
I believe the plan was to try and sneak on, just like hop on like a cargo car while it's slowing down to pass the town, or like around the bend or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. Yep, you guys have that choice. But yeah, so if you are taking the cargo train route, you would have to get ready within the next 15 to 30 minutes. We'll say a good 25 minutes, just to be specific. And with that, if you wanted to take the passenger train, you have about an hour before you have to start heading towards town. So, but like I said, the cargo train, you have 25 minutes.
Thatcher would know that you have to pay, right? Like there would be a fee for that. Okay. Thatcher's gonna pull out his pockets and realize he has no money, and he says that he's gonna be. Well, he goes, "Guess I'm riding a cargo with y'all."
Believe that was the plan, yeah. Said we have not a whole lot of time before we start heading in that direction. Suppose as long as everybody's going, we should start getting ready here soon, real soon. And Desdemona's probably already been in the process of packing up any stuff that she had taken out. Just getting ready to get moving.
Alrighty. So, you guys get ready. Grak, do you drag yourself to your feet and get your things?
Yes, he's not gonna be very happy about it. He's gonna like avoid eye contact with everyone, but he's gonna slowly pack up his stuff, but do it in a timely manner, but still be slow about it, if that makes sense.
You're doing it quickly, but pausing often. Got it.
Yeah, that.
So, what are you guys going to do with the witch's mirror?
That's a good question. Could we just? I mean, do we leave it here? We have something we can use that's a little bit more portable.
Leaving it here is probably a bad idea, at least intact. If anyone stumbles upon it, they are likely to get accused of witchcraft as well. We should burn it so the wood frame's gone.
Thatcher speaks up and he goes, I mean, nobody really comes out this way. We can hang it in the church. I mean, we already got this curse on us, so maybe it'll make things worse.
But in all fairness, as far as we're aware, it's not unlikely that they're going to be searching these woods sooner or later if they're
It's
searching
very
for
likely.
us.
This place is kind of. I don't think they would think that anybody would come around here.
It's
This
a
church wasn't
shelter in
a.
the woods. If I were looking for a bunch of other kin who might have murdered some people or been attributed with witches, I would probably assume the dilapidated church that could be used near hunting lands, access to water, and access to shelter could be where they've gone.
I'm trying to avoid saying what this place actually was. Just other kin that know of this history would not come this way, but I understand what you're saying. Uh, I just terrible things have already happened to this woman, and just it didn't feel right. You understand?
A new mirror can be made. It's not really anything special. If you don't want any part in it, you're welcome to go. But it is safer for everyone that it's destroyed.
How about we meet a middle and we bury the thing? I mean, ain't nobody gonna be looking underground, right?
I suppose, but we don't exactly have the time to be digging a hole.
Oh, that's just gonna like kind of just walk away. I mean, nodding like approvingly of like destroying the mirror, but he doesn't want any part of it.
Superstition is hell of a drug.
Mal will set it down, kind of shuffle it into the ashes of the fire, not intending to break the glass itself, but just to burn the frame. Or even just pull off the pieces of the frame.
So, you do your best to remove the pieces of the frame. You can either, yes, burn it, or pull off pieces. Pulling off pieces will require a...
It's probably too likely that it's gonna break the mirror trying to pull off the frame pieces, and it's just easier to just burn the whole thing.
Alrighty. So we light that bitch up.
That taken care of, I suppose onward we should head.
Sorry, what?
With that taken care of, I suppose onward we should head. Get moving.
Yeah. Try to cover up any too obvious proof that we were here. Anything that would lead them to us. And after that's done, yeah. All's good to go.
All right. Onward!
Yep. So once again, I'm going to need those checks to see if you guys get onto the train. I believe last time it was acrobatics, correct?
I
To
believe
jump?
so.
Let's hope I don't fall on my ass again.
I believe in you.
I was so upset last time I did that.
It is rough.
Since we're not chasing after the train, is it gonna be harder? I guess I'm trying to ask because we know that the train is coming, whereas we were chasing it before.
You guys can be ready to go, and that can give you guys a circumstance bonus of +1. Look at me, Devin.
We'll take it.
It'll give you a circumstance bonus of +1 because you're sitting there waiting for the train. And you can use that to either use an athletics or an acrobat to get on. So acrobatics are going to be more like you kind of jump onto the train, while athletics is you literally run with the train until you grab on and pull yourself up. So whichever way you want to go about it, that's what you're going to roll.
Awesome. I know I'm toxic, but I have to ask.
Oh, okay.
Also, my 20 isn't a nat 20, it's just everything rolled together.
Okay, and what of those two did you roll?
I did acrobatics, I put it in the rolling channel.
Oh, okay.
Again, I have to thank Calix. I don't know what entity he sold his soul to for this die, but I appreciate it.
I am less than happy with my roll.
I forgot the +1 circumstance.
Damn.
Great. Gray's getting me new dice because these ones are going to dice jail.
Oh boy.
Hazel's showing the moves.
It's gonna be like exactly like last time. We're gonna do something super cool, realize everyone's looking, and then hide.
All right, so I'll describe Mal's last since they are BRB. So everyone rolled acrobatics. We've got Grak who starts and quickly jumps up and onto the train, seemingly effortless as with cat-like grace. Just sees how it's coming and 1, 2, 3 hop right onto it. After which Davdak, seeing this opportunity as well, seeing Grak also get ready, does so with a little bit more of a flourish. Next is Desdemona. Desdemona quickly nods to Hazel like, alright, come on, let's go. And will jump up, lose their footing a little bit, and then Hazel, who has like done a quick jump on and able to turn and immediately see Desdemona, is able to grab Desdemona and pull her up with ease as she almost slipped. And then finally, Thatcher, well not finally, Mal also jumps on with, kind of crouches down, analyzes the situation, and easily hops on towards the end of the cart, grabbing onto the handle very easily and just kind of keeping an eye out, peering around. Oh, unless you want to describe how you jump on. I was starting to. But Mal, you can you jump onto the train, like I say, a little bit towards the back of it where the handrails are. Just kind of making sure that everyone's on. And then you see Thatcher, who has tried to jump onto the train, caught his foot on one of the other tracks, and has almost fallen into the train, but unfortunately has overcorrected himself and is now going to miss the train. You can help him if you'd like. If you are strong enough, you are able to just grab him and pull him on, or however you would like to go about helping him on, you absolutely can.
I want to ask you an important question. Do you think strength is a part of my build?
No.
Okay. I was just really curious. Great. I'm gonna have to help the dude.
Who is our strongest party member?
Probably Hazel.
Not I, said the fly.
I got that +0 in strength.
Oh, never mind, not
Hell
Hazel.
yeah, +0 gang.
+0
-1.
gang.
None of us are strong. Oh no.
Oh no.
Grak might be.
Crack wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole.
I don't even know where my strength is. I don't see it.
Okay, that's fair.
Top next to your speed. And then
Under
your
name.
experience.
Oh! I have a +1 strength. So...
Grak is indeed the
Strongest party
strongest
member.
and not by a lot.
Ripped.
Oh shit.
Ripped. It's a +1.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
had to
and
go through
ripped.
it.
Oh fuck.
Rip. Arm out. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to help him. What do I gotta do?
You can what skills do you think would be helpful in this situation? We've got probably, you can try another acrobatics, or you can give a shout to Hazel, who apparently could like triple dipple flip, and also helped pull Desdemona fully up. So you can ask for help, give a little shout.
Is Thatcher ahead of where Hazel is on the train?
Yes, for now. You'd have to shout pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's a quick shout of heads up to Hazel and them, and a quick point where Thatcher is about to eat absolute shit and a half. And then just in case they miss him, Mal moves to like the edge, gets a kind of like bars their arm with a weapon that they have not shown, because mostly it's just kind of been hidden by the jacket, is a sap. So basically a simple bludgeon that has like the little wrist strap, and like it's like the little like police baton.
Yeah.
Bonk stick.
Yeah. And uses the like strap of that around a wrist and crams it between their side and their upper arm to get like a better grip on the pole. And it's like has a hand down ready just in case Hazel isn't able to help.
All right, Hazel, can you roll me a quick athletics? Because you're gonna have to reach back really quick and grab.
13.
Okay, a 13 will barely do it because Thatcher did not completely fuck it up. He got a 10, so he was close, but not close enough. So, Thatcher, you are like trying to balance yourself, leaning back and forth, trying to keep your footing. You're quickly grabbed by the clothing, like where your shoulder and your neck meets, and you are yanked up, and you dangle for a moment before you're able to quickly catch your footing.
Whoa. Thank you. Oh, I thought I was gonna get left behind.
Mal further down sighs, pulls Sylph back onto the train, tucks
Yeah,
away the weapon.
Doing all right, son?
You kind of saw your life flash before your eyes as if you had fallen forward, you would have been crushed by the train.
Oh no, I'm remembering my life, and it's just as terrible as missing the train.
Well, we're all here. We're all on, so more or less in one piece.
Wait, who grabbed Thatcher again? I forget. Oh, Hazel grabbed me. Hazel, you definitely feel like my heart racing, and not because I like ran really fast or hard, but because I was just like so nervous about missing.
Because of the near-death experience.
That would have
Hazel's-
been a way to end a character.
Hazel's gonna like
Whoops.
Fall damage is
Give-
rough in this system.
Oh,
No,
one
it's
black
more
train.
like, yeah, more like train damage.
I didn't know a
Uh,
train was a distant cousin of a blender, but I guess it makes sense.
It kind of is. It's also a cousin of truck kun.
Oh no.
At the very
And they get
least, it's-
isekai back to the other people's world.
I was gonna say isekai into the chosen.
Oh
At least
no!
it's on the same track.
Ugh. Anyways, so you guys are successfully on the train. You have one of two choices. You can either nestle yourselves amongst the hay, or you can pull the door closed and sit in the darkness, nestled in the hay, but less likely to be seen.
Probably could hide in the hay.
Is the car that we got onto like purely just like haystacks or like hay bales, or is there anything else in here that we could maybe pick through or what?
It's mostly just hay. Hay on one side, straw on the other. Towards the middle, it's pretty empty. But the chance of being seen is higher that way.
Mal is a creature of caution.
Might as well get that door closed. It'll be quieter anyway.
Hold on, let me turn down the train sounds.
Toot toot.
There you go. The train sounds have been quieted. So, you guys have a little while until you're to Fairmouth. Once you pass Pure Creek, you know, based on the map, that Fairmouth is a ways down, and you can open the doors once more so that you do not miss town. Or if you do miss town, purposefully, you can see when to get off.
Is Fairmouth, because I know it. Oh, or no. How far is it exactly? Like, how long do we think we're going to be on the train, stowed away? Is it going to be like a full day of just kind of chilling out, or is it a few hours, or what?
I'd say it's probably about, from Pure Creek, you're maybe 30 minutes away. This train doesn't go
Okay.
super fast. So from Pure Creek, you're 30 minutes away from Pure Creek. So let's see. That's in 30 hour. I'd say we'll give it about a couple hours, maybe half a day. Not a couple
Okay.
hours, a few hours, maybe half a day. I always get couple and few mixed up.
Fair.
So, you got plenty of time to sit in darkness.
Is it like full darkness, or is there a little bit of daylight coming in through like cracks in the ceiling or anything like
Oh
that?
yeah, there's daylight coming through the cracks in the doors, and there's like some ventilation at the top, so to keep rain out, but moisture from, making the hay bales moldy and all that.
Oh, well, if it is enough light for someone with low light vision to do work normally, Desdemona is once again just going to continue working on her idle woodwork.
Roll me a dex.
Oh boy. I'm gonna cut my fingers off. Just a straight dex? Or a
Dex save.
crafting, or what?
Oh yeah, I guess you could do crafting.
Okay.
I forget that's a skill.
Ooh. That is a total of 22.
All right, you do not slice your finger open because the swaying of the
Hooray.
train.
Hooray.
Thatcher's definitely going to be playing some harmonica while we travel.
Grak is sitting with his hat tilted forward, covering his eyes in silence. What about the rest of you? How are you going to spend this half day? Well, we'll say, what would I consider a half day? Like 6 hours? We'll say it's like a good 4 hours. So between a half day and a few.
Hazel's gonna join in the harmonica with their mini harp.
Oh my god. Like the second you pull out your instrument and you start to like gesture that you're going to play with Thatcher, his eyes are going to light up so much and he's going to start asking you a bunch of questions.
Like what, Thatcher?
How long they've been playing, what got them interested in music. Have they ever played with anybody else before? Just any type of like history that they've had with their instrument.
Um, they basically respond back that they have not played with anyone before and they got interested and learned because of their dad.
Thatcher like nods his head, and then he's gonna say, "Oh wow, yeah, I wish I had something like that. I just listened to the music in town, and I fell in love with the noise and just what it does to people. Brings people together, you know."
Uh,
Is there any like songs that are like common around like the just the world in general?
Yeah, there's some. There would be at least 2 or 3 songs that you two would know together.
Lullabies, traveling songs, and religious songs.
Oh, definitely none of that religion stuff.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Definitely like that traveling music. Life is a highway.
No.
I'm sorry, I had to. Thatcher's then gonna go like to everybody and ask if anybody else wants to join. But then he's gonna take note of like Grack, and then he kind of like stops himself, and then he thinks about it for a moment whether he actually wants to start playing or not. Does does anybody like volunteer to join?
Uh, sorry, I'm not
Please.
particularly musically inclined.
I
Ah,
was gonna say, please tell me Davdak plays the spoons.
It'd be the scissors. What are you talking about?
you come over to Desdemona. Uh, I I only play a very small amount of piano, and not exactly any of them in here. So I appreciate the offer, but
Though I will say, if anybody's looking for a shave or a haircut, I got you covered.
Thatcher looks over to Mal, seeing if like he's looking up or anything like that.
Sorry, what?
We're trying to get a band together, and Thatcher's trying to see if Mal's interested.
I guess I don't make ears bleed singing, but unfortunately, music's not really my deal.
I think at this point, after like kind of not asking everybody, but like he's gonna go over to Grack, and he's gonna very hesitantly like kind of like I don't know how you describe it, like put his hand on him, uh, and kind of like get him to look up at everybody.
He's gonna flinch when you like put your hand on him, and he's just gonna look at you like inquisitively, I think is the word for it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He's gonna look at you with like a question on his face.
Thatcher's gonna take a gulp in, and he's gonna go. Uh, I'm very sorry about your friend. Uh, I can't say I know what you're going through, but sometimes music helps with feeling down. That much I know. Uh, do you play anything?
is gonna shake his head and just motion to his little sword thing. This is all I do.
Maybe, maybe you got them pipes. Maybe you can sing. Maybe if anybody can sing, really.
He's gonna like shake his head.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? We'll play something a little nice. I just like I said, I don't know, how else to help you. So this always cheers me up. And then Thatcher's gonna start playing. Um, maybe not one of those common songs that everybody knows, but something more just like, well, bluesy.
That will be a performance, my friend.
Yay. I'm gonna use my bronze for this. That's a D6, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Hazel's joining, do they have to roll too?
The question is, does Hazel know an uncommon song?
Mm, I guess it depends on what they were taught from their dad.
This is blues.
They can try to probably improvise like
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll
background.
as well.
What's that one song? The blues is just rock and roll with a little bit of sadness or something like that.
I think so.
I'm so happy I rolled my bronze. I got a 18.
Same.
You played darn good.
Does it maybe cheer Grack up a little bit, maybe?
Greg would like tap his foot, but like doesn't really cheer him up all that much right now.
"30 minutes is a long time, though, so if they do eventually get around to common songs, or just one Mal happens to know, they will actually sing.
Ooh, nice.
So,
I love that.
not in their speaking voice. It is much, much softer and lighter than they usually speak.
Thatcher's gonna try to get everybody to like, kind of like, stomp their feet with like the rhythm and everything, maybe, like trying to get people to like gesture in and like, kind of go with the beat.
Thatcher wins when Grax starts, like, thumping his tail along the music. But you gotta get him to do it first.
You got 4 hours of time to make Grax smile.
Oh no.
You know it would be a good song? Like something silly, but like, you know, it's kind of like a superstition song. Like
If you're sad and you know it, thump your tail. Pump, pump.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer.
Just like all these like silly, ridiculous songs.
Pockets full of
And Thatcher's gonna like put an
pennies.
emphasis on his face, like when he's like blowing and he's blowing kind of hard. Well, obviously still sounding good, but like blowing hard, he's gonna make like a little face, and kind of like get Grack to look up at him. Does it work?
Uh he's just gonna like keep looking and like kind of shake his head a little bit.
Blows hard, makes eye contact.
Gotta say, like above table, I'm loving these descriptions. Grack isn't right now. I'm loving it.
Thatcher's just doing his best to like lighten up the mood, and he he's gonna keep going because he knows that like, at least for him, it helps, especially if somebody is trying to help. And I think Thatcher will play until his cheeks get tired, which would be like after 2 hours.
Whew. So you got 2 more hours, and by now you know it is safe to open the doors, as there are no real towns between here and Fairmouth. Not Fairmouth. Why is there an S in there?
I will definitely be looking up some songs, but if you guys were curious, Thatcher is playing a key of C harmonica.
Fair. I think sometime after, um, sometime after the harmonica and harp has, or like mini harp has concluded, but still with a decent amount of time left, Desdemona's gonna put away her carving tools and rummage through uh, her bag for a little bit and pull out a little case and take out a set of tarot cards. And just start kind of shuffling through them and like essentially just checking to make sure none of them got lost in the craziness of the last like week or so. And yeah, she'll probably just mess with them a bit, see if anybody takes notice, but isn't gonna push for anything. Just checking up on them.
I don't want to steal the spotlight because I know that I've been playing the harp, the mouth harp, but if anybody wants to go, because if not, this will absolutely catch Thatcher's attention. But I don't want to steal the spotlight from everybody else.
Hazel probably takes notice and is like, "What are those?"
They're my tarot cards. I know they're not exactly looked upon fondly by most, but I figure none of you are gonna pull a gun and shoot me dead for it here on the train. So
Mom glances
you're
down at the pistol on their hip, shrugs. It seems an attempt at a joke, maybe. Unfortunately, they don't emote a lot, so
could be a joke, could be a threat. Who knows?
Who doesn't
But
like a good dret sometimes?
I
gotta love a
know
good
Grack
threat.
does.
wondering if you're gonna be shot's the spice of life. That's how the saying goes, right?
Yeah. Gotta keep some
That's-
excitement.
Especially around these parts in Pure Creek.
I've been shot before. It's not so bad.
Hazel's gonna ask, "Well, what's the difference between a normal card and a tarot card?"
Well, essentially, tarot cards are they don't work exactly the same. They have, it's still 4 different suits like a regular set of cards, but then there's also the major arcana, and those don't really fit into any of the suits. And Gray, you know more about this than I do, so if I get any of this wrong, correct me. But yeah, they're not like playing cards. They're kind of separate from that. I don't know exactly, but I believe way back, playing cards actually came from tarot cards, but that I wouldn't know if that's entirely true. There are plenty of stories, but a lot of people use them to tell fortunes. I'm not an expert at it by any means, but I dabble.
You can probably see the question mark above Hazel's head.
By the way, no, I'm not going to correct you at all because
Oh boy.
you're acting like your character would have exact knowledge of tarot cards.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Hazel is going to say, You can read fortunes, somewhat.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable on these things, but I know somewhat how to read them. Um, it's something I've been practicing, but it's not really something I can practice often. Um, like I said, it's uh, a little bit. It's considered by some to be witchcraft, so it's not something I bust out particularly often. Uh, but you know, the cards mean a lot to me, regardless if I get to use them any more than now and then. But you want me to try and give you a reading?
Hazel nods their head.
Alrighty. I don't actually have any real life tarot cards, so I'm gonna use a internet thing, unless Gray wants to draw them for me.
Gray and I immediately looking at like the 3 decks we both have.
Yeah,
Looking
I'm
at
sorry,
my
I have
one.
7.
I also have like a tarot deck that's just black with white lines.
that's super cool.
Oh, nice.
I really want to get a tarot deck. I just don't have one yet.
I can send
Oh,
you
the
one.
second
I
you
have
mentioned
2 of
tarot
the
deck,
Antique Anatomy.
I pulled mine out. Started
That works.
shuffling
It's
them.
weird. Mal has this strange feeling like they've maybe had their cards pulled before. Something about a raccoon and a sycamore.
Hehe.
Unless Gray doesn't remember doing that, in which case.
I do. Because I drew for your character specifically. I think
Yes,
everyone's
obviously.
character.
That was the joke.
I know.
Oh boy.
Dab deck. I'm gonna message you really quick.
To answer your question, great. Yes.
I can't spell because I have my freaking dice roller in the way of where I'm watching my words be typed. But yes.
All right. So Desdemona will like get the cards ready, shuffle them up, kind of do her very best. And um remind me, would I have somebody draw the cards themselves, or do you put the cards down as the person giving the reading? Or am
You
I
can
just doing this
choose.
by the seat of my... Okay. Um so Desdemona will set the deck face down in front of her, like between her and Hazel, and just kind of gesture down. Go ahead and take 3 cards and set them face up so that you can see the faces, and don't correct them, and she does air quotes, if one of them's upside down. It's significant if one's upside down. So go ahead.
They're gonna take 3 at random and flip them over.
All right. So uh the 3 cards that are drawn are the Hanging Man upright, the Priestess reversed, and Judgment upright. Alrighty, let's see how much of this I remember. And she kind of leans down and inspects each of the cards. So this first one here is the Hanging Man, which has meanings of, when it's upright, how it currently is, has meanings of sacrifice and uncertainty, lack of direction, perspective, contemplation. It's at, oh boy, it's been a while since I did this. So I believe I should have said this at the beginning, but if I remember correctly, the first card represents the past, the middle card represents the present, and the last card represents the future. So this card is your past card. So waiting, uncertainty, lack of direction, contemplation. The next card, and she switches over and points to the next, is the High Priestess, which has meanings of intuition, sacred knowledge, and the subcon. Nope, I'm wrong. It's upside down. I am embarrassing myself in real life because I don't know how to do this.
You're fine.
You're doing great.
So, excuse me. It is reversed. So it is instead secrets and withdrawal and silence, which is the current time, the present.
As you're reading these, their smile you can probably notice it get more and more fake.
Oh boy. And Desdemona seems like she's getting more and more nervous as this goes on, not just both because of the fact that she's realizing that it's been so long she doesn't remember exactly what she's doing, and that Hazel looks increasingly as if they're putting on a face. And then this last one is judgment, and it's not face up, it's upright. So judgment stands for judgment, but also rebirth, inner calling, and absolution. So, and that is your future. So it seems like in the past you were uncertain. You had a lack of direction. You didn't know where you were going. You didn't know what you were waiting for, and you didn't exactly know where you were going. In the present, you are, and she kind of like does shifty eyes as she continues, holding secrets and or maybe withdrawn into yourself a bit. And in the future, there will be some kind of rebirth, or you'll find your inner calling. And you may receive judgment. That's seems kind of, I mean, not necessarily positive or negative. That's kind of neutral. And she just kind of like blinks and like brushes some hair out of her face and looks up and like tries kind of avoiding eye contact, as that she can kind of tell that there's something going on in Hazel's facial expression. How do you feel about that? And she just kind of fully looks away and like avoids eye contact.
It's very interesting.
Um,
I didn't know. They kind of look at the entire deck, and it was like kind of interesting to think that each card has two different meanings.
Yeah. I occasionally forget that is uh a thing that you have to remember. There's a lot of each individual one can have two different meanings, and it's not like it's just one meaning per if it's upside down or not. There's a lot of mythology around it. It's a lot to keep track of. She kind of like rubs the back of her neck like I'm a bit more rusty than I remember I was.
Hazel is going to let out a small chuckle and is like, well, I can see why some consider it witchcraft now.
Yeah. I mean, it's as far as I'm aware, you don't have to be proficient in magic or anything like that to do it. It's just a matter of understanding what the cards mean, and the whole mysticality aspect of it gets people all frightened. I apologize if I um and she kind of pauses and like rubs a little bit of sweat off her forehead. Um you look like you're troubled. Uh I hope I didn't stir up anything.
Oh, I'm fine. I don't know how I feel about it.
That's understandable. It wasn't really it was a pretty neutral uh set of cards as far as I can tell. It wasn't singing any praises or portenting any kind of doom as far as I can say, but then again I don't know what exactly the past that it was looking at was, so for the most part.
You mentioned what the past was looking at, and Hazel's eye twitches before they like shake their heads like I should. I think I'm gonna take a nap.
That's fair. And Desdemona packs up the cards and tucks them away and puts the like sleeve back over the case and tucks them back into her thing.
And Hazel's just gonna go into one of the corners and curl up and take a nap. Out of character, I didn't mean for Desdemona to pack everything up.
No, that was me being embarrassed in real life that I packed it away. I flubbed that. I feel like I was all over the place. Not your fault at all.
I pulled for Hazel as well just for fun, and I also got the High Priestess reversed for the present.
That's wacky. I I think you did that or was that one night that we were talking characters?
Huh?
Like when we were working on character backstory?
Hmm. What about it?
Like that you did like card readings
Oh
for.
yeah. I don't remember what I got though.
All right. Well, Desdemona's going to go back to carving for a while unless anything else comes up.
All right. So, actually, something does come up. There is a small situation developing as Davdak finds something while he is searching through the hay bales. What he finds is Davdak, you are startled by a small boy. When I say small, I mean very, very small.
Oh.
As this, my friend, is a fae. He's a small fae boy.
Has this been pointed out to anybody yet?
There's a child back here.
We'll just say
He
that.
quickly puts his hands up and he goes, shh, shh.
Aside from the ghostly ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
Harmonica stops playing.
harmonica record scratch.
Yeah, whatever that sound like.
Desdemona's gonna get up and just kind of come over to where Devdak's voice is coming from and just kind of peer over.
Grak is also gonna get up and actually show movement and go over there as well.
What you got there?
One sec. Son, what are you doing back here?
I've always wanted to see a human settlement, so I thought I'd just sneak on a train and go check it out and see what the whole hullabaloo's about. Mama told me not to go, but I snuck out. I'll be back soon.
Let's see. Looks back up to Desdemona. It would appear we have a fellow face stowaway.
I didn't want to bother. Y'all seemed real busy, and the music was nice, and then he pulled out them tarot cards, and I don't know about all that. But I promise I won't tell anybody.
Well, is this any kind, like, just, has Desdemona encountered any kind of, or any fae of this form in the past? Is that something that I can roll for if she has knowledge? I do have, knowledge, or my, esoteric lore does have to do with, creature knowledge, so...
Yeah, we'll see if you have encountered any.
Could I roll a society for this as well?
Yeah.
Can I roll an otherworld lore for this?
Yeah, all of y'all can roll. Whatever you feel like rolling, just make sure you put it in the rolling channel and tell me what you got.
I am not gonna roll because Grak probably doesn't know anything.
Yeah,
That's fair. I'll roll warfare lore real quick.
Oh, wait, you're so smart. I guess I can roll.
What happened?
I forgot I had warfare roll.
I was kidding.
Oh, wait, never mind. Then I won't roll. I didn't say anything.
I rolled a total of 17.
I typed in man in this random character generator, and it keeps on giving me women.
Fuck gender.
Yeah. So, we hear it best from our friend Davdak, because Fae usually, after the war, they kind of all retreated to their own little areas, I should say, where they generally tend to stay away from humans. They are very, very reserved. Not open to visitors, not anything like that. They have very tight-knit communities. And as for you, you have not personally been invited to Fae settlements, but you have passed Fae settlement.
Alrighty.
And Hazel,
Oh,
this is like, it has wings. It's probably an angel, just a really really small angel.
I was gonna chalk it up to still being disturbed by the tarot card reading. But yeah.
During this whole thing, like, Grak is gonna be down on his knees, so he's like kinda eye level. I don't know how tiny this person is, so it might not even be eye level. But he's just gonna like give a small wave.
yeah. Are they like Hobbit small or like Tinkerbell small?
Yeah.
Imagine like Hobbit small.
How tall are hobbits? I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
3 feet.
Okay, cool.
They're as tall as I am.
Okay, cool.
They're half
So, what I did works.
Let me double check what size they are. Let's see this one. This one is considered a... what size are you? He would be more considered a sprite Fae, so he would be considered, between small and tiny. So, like, on the larger side of tiny.
So like 2.5 foot, I think.
Cool,
That's
cool.
the space.
More like a 1.5 foot.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So a little small guy, little tiny small guy.
He's a child, yeah.
Well, looking to Davdak and then to Grak. I don't think anybody here is going to tell on you exactly, but I don't know if it would necessarily be safe for you to be on your own in a human settlement. This is more responsibility than I had planned on today. And then her eyes are just kind of wandering in like the middle distance as she's thinking of what to do.
Well, feel free to take a seat near us, I suppose.
You mean it?
Yeah. Not like we're particularly paying for the ride either.
He smiles and, like, crawls out of his little spot and then looks at you, looks at everyone, goes like, wow, I'm really at home. Looks at Thatcher and Mal. He goes, what? Why do they look like that?
That's just gonna like wipe his face and his nose to make sure he doesn't have like any snot or anything like that.
That may be a good question, but it is a little rude.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just never saw anyone with that looked like that. Like, where are your... Did someone cut your ears? Are you okay? Do you need to talk to someone?
No, no worries. We're just glances over at Thatcher, then back to the kid. We're just half-blooded.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad. You know, it's always nice to be good and taken care of, I guess. A half-blood means that, you know, your parents must have loved each other a whole real lot. I'm happy for you.
Appreciate it.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, I don't know, I'd say about, maybe, 12? I'm gonna be, grown up before you know it.
Would Desdemona have any clue if that time scale differs at all? Like, is 12 in is 12 in Fey years more or less, or is that about equal to a 12-year-old child?
They reach adulthood about the same rate as humans do.
Okay.
But if they stay out of mischief and danger, they can live for about 1,000 years.
There. Well. The Desdemona just kind of stares for a moment and, like, stands back up to, like, standing. Just kind of puts her hands up for a moment and looks to Davdak. I'm not real great with kids, so I'm going to leave this to you for the time being. And then she just kind of promptly turns around and heads back to her spot.
The kid sits on a hay bale, kicking its little feet. It looks over at Mal and he goes... He tilts his head one way, the other way, goes, is that backpack real heavy?
No, not particularly. All the paper's the heaviest, I guess.
Oh. Well then, did someone kick you? Because you kind of... It looks like you're carrying a heavy bag. I would set it down, maybe, you know, do a little stretching. The kid is focused on Mal and Thatcher, by the way. Those are the most interesting people to him.
They cross their legs under them and straighten their back and their shoulders, sitting with picture-perfect posture.
See, doesn't that feel better? Mom always told me to sit up straight. If I didn't, she'd take her little knuckle and get me right in the back. But I don't think I'm big enough to do that to you. So.
Appreciated nonetheless. As Mal is trying not to think about how the pack is not that heavy. In fact, heavier than the pack is the small child on their shoulders.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun.
During this whole thing, Grak is gonna go back over to his spot and like dig through his bag, looking for something, and he's gonna pull out chalk and like try to hand one to the little child thing.
They take it. The chalk is very large. The chalk is kind of large in their small hands. And they go and they go, what's this? They sniff it. Do I eat it?
You draw with it. And Grak is gonna take another piece of chalk and like make a mark and show that there's something new there. Just trying to show how it works to him.
Oh, interesting. And then he like flies up, like with not a struggle because chalk is very light, but goes to the roof and starts like scribbling in actually in common, which is not common in this world.
You said it's in common language?
In common language from the other world.
Okay.
Otherkin that were born in this world, unless your family taught you, which not many families did, you would not know what this says.
So, what is this world equivalent to common? Are we just calling it English, or are we calling what's that called?
It's basically English, and everyone of the other world had to adapt to this world, and yeah, because the other way would not happen.
Of course.
So when I say common, I mean Pathfinder Common, which is a completely different language.
Also, I can't tell if I would have known it or not. I can't remember if I made my character like born after the thing or not.
Do you know how old your character is?
Yes. I had it written down somewhere. Let me find it.
If your character is younger than 25, the clash happened before you were born.
I think he's right about that age, so maybe he would know only a few words, but he probably wouldn't have known it, because I think he's around.
He probably would be able to speak some, but not read it.
Okay, cool. I was like, I think he's around that age. Cool.
In the middle of writing, he stops and he's in mid-thought, and then he drops the chalk and flies over to Thatcher, and he goes, "You're the one that was playing that music, weren't you?" Like, right up in Thatcher's face.
Oh my, yeah, that was me. Thatcher's face lights up, and he goes, "Well, you see here," and then he starts explaining the intricacies of a harmonica, like that that there's reeds inside, and that when you blow it, the way it bounces off the reeds, makes noise. That noise that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Just for reference, Thatcher's harmonica is definitely wooden. It's not any type of metal, or definitely not any type of plastic.
Oh, interesting.
Here, why don't you give it a blow?
Oh,
Or draw, however you prefer.
I don't know how to draw. Not well, but I can blow.
You don't suck up air?
That's not drawn. You draw with like a pencil and paper.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. I forget. Um, when when you're playing the harp, when you blow, it's a blow, but when you inhale to pull in a different pitch, that's a draw. That's what we call a draw. So whichever's easier for you, you can blow or draw.
Tiny, a small bit of air escapes his lungs, and you hear a small and breathy note.
Hey, that was a pretty good. Ain't that right?
He goes and he flitters up and leans on your shoulder, like puts his little elbows on your shoulder, as Fae sprites can hitch rides on people. And he hitches a ride on your shoulder, and he goes, "Well, can you play some more?" And he's like,
yeah.
elbows on your shoulder, kicking his little legs.
Is he on my dead baby, or is my dead baby on the other on my other shoulder?
On the other shoulder.
Oh God. Okay. I guess it's a little bit more balanced. Yeah, Thatcher will start to play again. Even though his cheeks kind of hurt a little bit from blowing and drawn. Just in case if anybody's curious, I did post a video of someone playing a harmonica. It was that's some good stuff right there. I don't think that's necessarily a key of C harp, and if it is, that's a chromatic one. I'm definitely playing a diatonic one, which so they're much smaller than that.
Welcome back, Hazel. So he listens to you play, and then sometimes he'll like reach his little arms out and like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
You'd definitely be able to hold it. A diatonic harmonica is very small.
Yeah. But in the middle of your playing, sometimes he'll be like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Thatcher's definitely the type to not give him when he's playing, especially after that poor performance. So he's kind of like gestures to him to not, or pretends like he doesn't see him.
The child will, upon being ignored, grab onto your ear and like kind of swing himself to in front of you, flying there. And he's like, "My turn."
Yeah. How about instead of playing with the harp, I'll show you a little magic trick. How about that?
You know magic? Cool.
After he says, magic, Thatcher's gonna like kind of recoil a little bit, but he really doesn't want him like messing with his harp. So he's gonna go over to Mal and he's gonna ask Mal if he can borrow 2 copper coins.
Another 2. But hands them over.
He goes, oh, thank you much, Mal. I needed this. He's gonna go and he's gonna basically what he's gonna do is he's gonna be casting light on these copper pieces, and he's going to basically activate one, and then he's gonna gesture like he's tossing it over, and then activate it on the other one, so that it kind of looks like he's tossing this light around, and he's gonna do like behind the ear thing. He's gonna do like the coin running along the fingers and disappearing onto the other one, and basically just casting light back and forth between the 2 objects.
He tries to snatch one of the glowing ones.
As he does, Thatcher's gonna like let him have it, but then immediately cast light on the other one that he's holding, and he goes, the magic don't work if you're holding it.
He puffs out his cheeks and kind of like tosses it back.
Thatcher the whole time is kind of like chuckling and like just kind of not teasing him, but just like messing with him, and then eventually he'll let him hold a coin that has light on it. But this doesn't hurt him, right? Because this is copper, or is it just any type of metal will hurt Faye?
I believe it's iron, cold iron.
Ah, okay. So then we're all good then.
Don't let him touch your gun.
Oh. Oh.
Also, Grak is gonna be slightly chuckling just watching this all occur.
Thatcher will absolutely take notice of that and give you like a very like relieved smile, like that you're enjoying yourself.
I don't think Grak is gonna notice that you noticed him, but he's just watching the child and chuckling to himself.
Notice me, senpai.
No.
The the child, he goes, and while playing, he goes, hee hee hee. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't tell you my name. I'm Flit. Since we aren't strangers anymore, I can tell you, what I am.
After he tells or says his name, Thatcher's gonna go, "Oh, well, I guess yeah. There's no need to be strangers. I'm Thatcher Hugh Montgomery at your service."
Casually gives full name to Faye.
Yeah, I trust me. I know, but you know who doesn't know?
Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh no.
I like that name. You want to trade?
Oh, what?
We can trade names. You want to trade? This is also a child who doesn't know to be more trickerous than, to humans. Doesn't even know what a human is.
I mean, I kind of like my name. It's the only thing that I know that my parents gave me.
It tilts its head, or he tilts his head, and he says, I thought your parents were, were, you know, half and half. Or not half and half, but one and the other, so you're half. They gave you
Oh,
that.
Thatcher takes a full minute to think about like his lineage, and he goes, "Ah, I mean, I mean, you got named, right? You have parents, right?"
Yeah. But I know
And
my parents, so I know my name. How do you know your name if you don't know your parents?
Thatcher takes another full minute, and he goes,
His
that
little brain is short-circuiting.
he goes, "Well,
I
that's
mean,
I
how
get."
do you even know that they gave you that name and not someone else?
Oh no. Give Thatcher a fucking like
Yes,
full emotional breakdown.
yeah. Thatcher goes, I need some fresh air, and he's gonna like, cause the door's open, right? Like that we can see outside.
Uh, the door was closed last time I checked. No one said they opened the door, but you are free to open the door. It is safe.
Thatcher's absolutely gonna open the door and be like, I'll get back to you with an answer. I think I need a minute.
Oh, well, alright. Anyone else want to trade names? As long as I like your name, of course.
Desdemona just kind of gives a look from the other side of the train car, shakes her head.
The, small Fae Flit, he flits over to Desdemona and he goes, "You're blue." Like right up in your face, just with this little look. I wish I could show you, but he goes, like he like dips his head forward twice and like tilts it a little to the side, really making this like expression he enunciates very clearly, and you can see the words on his lips very much as he like stares you dead in the eyes, uncomfortably close.
Before Desdemona responds, is this little Fey child any other funky colors, or is he like within the human spectrum of skin color?
Within the human spectrum of skin color, but has wings that are kind of like a somewhere between a butterfly and a dragonfly. Butterfly shape, but dragonfly like clear.
Okay. And
Your
Desdemona
bitch has see-through, motherfucker.
just very, very carefully raises up her hand and with her pinky kind of boops him on the nose and goes, yes, I am blue. Would you mind backing up just a hair?
Sure. Mom always told me to mind my personal space, but I mean, I guess. Whew,
I would appreciate that.
I'm kind of tired. Flying around takes its toll, and he flies up, and you feel a weight on your hat as he sits on the top of your hat, completely disregarding your ask for personal space.
Um, like, is he like sitting with his legs kicked over the brim so they're like hanging in front, or is he sitting like in the dip of the top of the hat?
I think the brim would be bigger for him to sit because he is like a foot and a half
Okay.
tall. So he was sitting on the brim and his little feet are like slightly moving, but he's very careful not to kick you in the face.
Well,
Oh, he's got a hair.
you have a point. I suppose it's not like anybody else was gonna take that particular seat. So you said you're headed to human settlement, right?
Yeah.
You've aside from these last few minutes, never interacted with any kind of humans before?
Wait, there's humans here?
Oh, I misspoke.
He looks around.
Um, I misspoke. I apologize. I meant before you had gotten on the train. I figured you probably would have seen at least one while you were getting on. Desdemona smoothly attempts to lie. Do I make a deception check here to
Yes.
cover my ass? Okay. Damn it. Problem is, it's a total of 13.
I love that for you. So, you pass, and he goes, "Oh, okay." He got a 10.
Thank God. I have a good deception bonus, and I have good bonuses on these things, and then I just roll low. Anyway. Oh.
Feel that.
So
I
then.
feel that.
Sorry, what?
Said I feel that.
Yeah. But, so you've never, ever interacted with humans before?
No. I've always wondered what they're like.
You ever been told stories of what they're like?
Yeah, just like, those kind of stories that Mom always tells to keep you in the home, keep you in the city. I don't believe a lick of it.
Like, knowing that the kid can't really see her face at the moment, she still kind of takes on this very, like, suddenly grim look to her. I hate to dissuade you from the path you're heading, but you should probably believe it.
What do you mean? It's not like anything, is, mean enough to hurt anybody, right?
Grack is gonna get noticeably uncomfortable during this conversation.
The kind of stuff that
Yeah.
Mama told me about can't be true. Why would anyone do that?
While that's happening too, Thatcher, like from the open door of the cart, he's gonna like turn around and he's gonna start to come back to this conversation after he realizes that this kid has no idea how humans are like.
I don't want to scare you, kid, but a lot of humans aren't particularly fond of us, fanciful folk.
This kid, like, you feel a kind of like more of a weight on your hat. And he goes and he's like, but that doesn't make any sense.
I would agree. It don't really make a lot of sense. But I only say this because I mean I haven't known you long, but I still would hate to see you hurt. It's a big scary world out there with a lot of the humans that are around. Um, can you have any way you can stay hidden, not be seen?
No, I'm just real good at hiding.
She'll kind of like raise her hand up as if to gesture for him to hop down onto her palm.
He does so.
She kind of like holds both hands out so that she can support the weight of this 1 foot tall child. It's goodness. And she takes on like as comforting a look as she can muster, knowing the severity of the actual reality of this. Oh, I really hate to squander your expectations, but it could be real dangerous for you to head into this settlement alone. Oh, it's dangerous for us to be heading into this settlement alone. Oh, and we're, by comparison, mighty large. A little fella like yourself might find some trouble.
Oh. I, I guess. Well, I can't turn around right now.
Right. I feel like, I mean, obviously, we're not going to kick you out the train car and force you to head in the opposite direction, but, and she looks around to the rest of the little motley crew. I feel like you may want to hang around with us a little bit.
Yeah, buddy. Where's your mama, anyways? I don't think I caught that.
That is a good question.
I snuck out at night, headed this way. I heard a train, so I hopped on it. So I'm about I don't know, I'd say, what is this, half a day on the train? Maybe a little longer? I don't know what time it is right now.
You get on before or after us?
Oh, a while before.
Okay.
Yeah, we've only been on the train for a couple hours. He's been on half
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah. Well, certainly not gonna, as I said, we're not gonna force you to head back now, but and Desdemona looks up towards Thatcher. I really don't think I could live with myself if I sent this little one out on his own in the middle of a town of humans. And I say that and she like waves Thatcher down to come and speak closer.
Thatcher's gonna come and there's places to sit, or we're kind of just sitting on the floor.
Yeah, I think so. Either on the floor, like on a hay bale, if it's a sturdy hay bale.
Floor or hay bale, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna he's gonna sit on a hay bale, and he's gonna gesture for the boy to come over, and he's gonna like tell him to sit on his lap, and Thatcher's gonna try to talk to him. Thatcher's had younger cousins live with him, so he's familiar with like talking to kids. Obviously, you know the fake kid, but still a kid nonetheless. And he's gonna ask him, okay, can you tell me a little something, maybe a little story that your mama used to tell you, so I can understand how to explain this to you a little better.
Well, Mama said a long time ago that, um, we used to be in another world. One that's not this one. Um, she said once we got here, there was a big fight. You know, people were mean to each other, real mean. And a lot of us Fey folk, were not treated quite right. The town that I'm in is small, and it's nestled away and hidden. And no one's allowed to leave, and no one's allowed to come. But that's for our own safety. That's what she said.
Your mama, she's a very wise and kind mother. Uh, do you do you know how long ago that happened? That little tussle between the fate folk or the magic folk and the mean ones?
No, Mama just said it happened a while ago.
A little while ago. I know it seems like a long time, but not very long ago. Uh, those those kind of people are still around, and they will hurt you. I really want you to understand that. And it's not because of anything you did or anything that you can do or any of that sort. Just just stick with us. Please don't go nowhere. We're good people, but I can tell you outside of your little village, there's a lot of bad people. We've seen a lot of bad things. You understand, right? You understand?
He, like, kind of plays with his hair and his ears a little bit. Like he has his left hand up, and he's just kind of rubbing the back of his neck, rubbing the base of his ear, and he goes, "Yeah, I understand."
Thatcher's gonna hug him.
He goes and he giggles a little bit, and he goes, "You're too big to give me a hug. You're gonna crush me." He like giggles and kicks his feet.
Because there was a situation a couple days ago where I should have held on to somebody and not let go, and now a lot of people are paying the price. And he's gonna rub his shoulder where his dead baby is.
I like how we just call it the dead babies.
Yeah, I was about to say that phrase, where my dead baby is.
Out of context quotes, let's go. I'm gonna rub the shoulder where my dead baby is.
Yeah, I was also gonna say as this conversation is happening, Desdemona is like it's hard to tell if she's rubbing at her neck or her shoulder, whether or not it's specifically because of the lingering weight that's upon us all, or otherwise. It's kind of hard to tell, but
Also,
she's
while oh,
Yep, you
finish.
go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
While he was like explaining, while Thatcher was like explaining like humans did bad things or stuff, every time he mentions like hurt or something like that, Rack would like flinch a little bit. Like not super noticeable, but if you were like looking at him, you would notice like grimaces or something. I think that's the right word. Like
Yep.
wincing. Wincing, that's the right word.
The kid, after the giggling and smiling, he kind of, He like brushes himself off and he straightens up and he flitters up a little bit and he goes, "All right, well, ain't no use in sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. So let's get to where we're going, yeah? Which I don't know where that is." And it's about this time, with the door open, that you see the beginnings of um, tilled land. So, the outskirts of the town that you guys are going to be in. You can either jump out now or jump out after. Not now, but I'm saying like within the next couple minutes, or wait until you pass the town.
Well, suppose we might as well jump out soon enough.
We might want to wait until we're past. That way, if anyone sees us enter town, we're not coming the direction from everything that's happened in Pure Creek lately.
Good point.
It'll take about, I'd say 15 minutes because the train slows as to not, hit anybody just in case. No carriages, no carts, no people. Before it begins to pick up speed once again, once its tail end is outside of town. So you guys are free to hop off. But you're free to
Okay.
explain to the child first.
Yeah.
He said he can fly, right? Okay. I just I didn't want to have to like tuck and roll with him. Like he can just fly out of the cart, right?
Just baseball pitch him out the side of the train car.
He
I
can
just
fly.
yeah, he can fly. I just I don't know how you would rule that mechanic. Is he gonna be able to just exit the cart, have like a little wind, or is he gonna like get tumbled and like fall to the ground?
He'll probably be fine. Probably. I gotta roll for him.
Good lord.
Imagine being so shit at flying, you have to roll to jump 6 feet down off of a train.
To be fair, it is off a moving train.
Imagine
he
being
is
so
very
shit at
small.
flying that taking flight, you can eat shit.
He's like a
His
little
little wingies are
bumblebee.
tired.
I was gonna say that.
I'm
He's
making
like a
fun of
little
this
bumblebee.
child.
Also,
Well,
when
he
we
rolls
jump
just
out,
fine.
of the train, am I able to do a performance check, or does it have to be athletics?
It's acrobatics, but you can also do a performance check. Do your acrobatics first to make sure you do it, and then you can do it with a flourish.
Okay, cool. So I have to roll d20 twice?
Yes.
Okay.
Adding your bonuses from your character sheet.
Cool.
Alrighty. You are able to roll off with a flourish.
Hey, let's go.
Heyo.
I didn't fall on my ass this time.
Thatcher thinks about the time he almost died like a couple hours ago. I am going to go next if that's cool.
jump away. And I mean
Yep.
that literally. Jump away from the train. Don't jump with it.
He's gonna like look back at you, give you like a shakily thumbs up, and like give you like a not genuine smile.
You got this.
Apparently Thatcher learned from the last time he did this. You said to add acrobatics, right? He got a 19, so he's gonna jump out and kind of like tuck and roll, I guess.
Davdak, same as last time, takes the bag, positions it to be ready to be under him, leaps out and plops on it.
Good.
And I'm imagining that Desdemona does not take her own what's the word? Advice, and does jump out with the direction of the train and just like jumps and immediately goes into like a run to dissipate the energy, and then like skids to a stop. Does a cool pose.
Alrighty. Nice, nice. Mal, you struggle.
I'm not here to make things look cool. I'm here to not break a bone jumping out of the train, even if I have to ungainly roll around and get covered in fucking grass.
Alright. Does anyone need to take a quick break?
Probably
I'm
use a
gonna.
bathroom break. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a quick bio break.
Yep. That's what I was asking, because that gives me a chance to quickly pull up some stuff and get your town ready for you.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. See you guys after a short break. Boop 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 boop.
Hey.
All right. So, for now, we are going to take a pause. Oh, hold on. I'll talk to stream and not you guys.
Have fun.
So for now, we're going to take a pause, and we're going to rejoin next week as some of our players are experiencing headaches and other ailments. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on exploring this brand new town, and it gives me a chance to create a town map too. So with that, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Ciao.
night, everybody.
Buddy.
No.
All
I
right.
guess.
Good night.
Night.
Midnight.